Hello everyone, this is Paleo Nerd back with another trailer reaction. Uh this time we're looking at the trailer for the new Walking with Dinosaurs series that just dropped. It is about 9 a.m. where I'm recording. I wanted to get this done as soon as possible so that my reaction could be as authentic as possible. So without further ado, let's take a look. All right, and that was the Walking with Dinosaurs trailer. Um, I mean, with what little we've seen so far, I'm pretty. It looks pretty good to me. I mean, obviously this series has pretty big shoes to fill with a title like that. So I don't think with what little we saw there, we're gonna need a bit more to see whether or not it actually can fill those shoes. So let's do, yeah. So we open with some paleontologists, and that's something that's been a bit contentious about this series, at least from what I've seen, is that it's not going to be the exact same format as the original series. It's going to be like half CG dinosaur recreations and like half paleontologists showing off the discoveries. And so I'm gonna wait and see how that's executed before I say much on it. It's I've like Thomas Holtz compared it as being more like the Big Al special than the mainline series, so I'm not too like disappointed or mad about that. But again, I think we'll just have to see. And I don't know, yeah, I'm not even gonna try and guess what uh bones those are yet. Okay, we got some as Darkids flying as the first thing, and yeah, we're getting 6 episodes. I think I th- I mean, feel free to correct me in the comments, but I believe both the original Walking with Dinosaurs and Walking with Beasts also had 6 episodes. So, and yeah, another thing that's kind of contentious is that they're not gonna do the whole like from the Triassic to the Cretaceous like in the original series. They're all gonna be based on like new discoveries, which is another thing that's got people a little upset because it seems like there's gonna like 3 to 4 episodes in this series are gonna be set in the Cretaceous when the original series had yeah, yeah, the original series had 3 episodes set in the Cretaceous. This one is set to have like four or five, it seems like. And yeah, we got a big herd of hadrosaurs. If I were to hazard a guess, I'd say they're probably Edmontosaurus. We got a sauropod. We got the Spinosaurus with a little baby riding on top, which is adorable. Baby Triceratops. This is, we know from images they released prior that this is Albertosaurus. Oh, there's a horn there, so it's facing off against a ceratopsian. Based on what I know about the ecosystem it lives in, I hazard to say it might be Anchiceratops or a Rhinoceratops. We'll have to see. And yeah, okay. This is Gastonia. That's another one we knew. Not from any previous images released, but Jim Kirkland, who's primarily worked on like Gastonia and other animals in that formation, has said on Twitter that there's going to be a Gastonia Utahraptor episode. So this is Gastonia. Pachyrhinosaurus we already knew about because of the images. And then this is most likely Lusatitan. The initial press release suggested that the Jurassic episode would be set in Portugal and be about Lusatitan. We got cool speculative inflatable structures. I have a feeling people are going to be a lot more receptive to these inflatable structures than the ones the Dreadnoughtus had in Prehistoric Planet. And okay, we got a time lapse melting into different locations. Some lightning. Okay, we got another Asdarkid flying over a herd of what? Okay, they look. Yeah, okay. I think the herd is Pachyrhinosaurus, and then we get a closer look at one. And you kind of see it here. Yeah, I think that's the little horn in the middle of the thrill that identifies Pachyrhinosaurus lacustae, which is the one known from the giant bow bed in Alberta. Yeah, we got the cut from two Pachyrhinosaurus males fighting to two Gastonias fighting. That's some cool editing there. And what I'm guessing is Triceratops, little baby running to like, yeah, it's kind of like rutting practice or something. And then cutting to the adult and back to the baby. Let's see. Okay, so these are not Lusatitan. These are some kind of Titanosaur, I think. Like the skull looks Titanosaur-esque and it's got osteoderms like a Titanosaur. I'm blanking of what this could be. I can't really, because like with all the stuff that's been revealed online prior to this, we basically know every episode, but I can't think of any setting that we know of that would have a Titanosaur. Like, I don't know, maybe the last Hell Creek episode, this could be Alamosaurus. That's about the best guess I have. If you feel it's something else, be sure to let me know. And then, oh yeah, we get the Albertosaurus again, grabbing an Asdarkid out of the air. Yeah, it does grab the leg. Grabbing an Asdarkid out of the air. And then we got, I believe these are Lucititan. They're two Lucititan like fighting. And then we also see two Spinosaurus facing off. So we're definitely seeing a lot of like interspecific. We're gonna see a lot of like two of the same species fighting each other. I feel like this. I feel like is probably Utah Raptor gonna be in the same episode as Gastonia, and it's like yeah, we see that here, and as Darkhead facing off against what's presumably the young Triceratops. With that in mind, I have a feeling that this as Darkid will likely be the new one that was just described from Hell Creek Inferno Dracon. There was a small clip that was released the day before that showed, I believe, a T-Rex grabbing an Darkid, and one of the people who worked on the series says it is not Quetzalcoatlus. So I'm guessing this is probably going to be Inferno Dracon. That is like the description for that just came out like a couple of months ago, I believe. So whether or not it will actually be named in the documentary, we'll have to see. And oh, yep, yep. We got the Pachyrhinosaurus herd with some lightning. Got a closer look at what is definitely Edmontosaurus. The The little comb suggests it's Regalis, as does what appears to be the Albertosaurus attacking it, because Edmontosaurus regalis is the species that coexisted with Albertosaurus. Three Utahraptor running through a forest fire, and then the Gastonia also in a forest fire. What I believe are the Lucititan again. Get a night. It just occurred to me that the Titanosaurs are probably from the Spinosaurus episode. The trees look familiar. I am willing to bet that is what the Titanosaurs are from. In that case, they might just be unnamed Titanosaurs, because as far as I know, there are no named Titanosaurs from the Chem beds where this is likely going to be set. And yeah, we got a nice shot of a Spinosaurus walking with four babies, and then those same four babies are lying down to sleep along with the parent. Got some Albertosaurs having what seems to be a friendly interaction in. I can't tell if this is a cave or if this is just supposed to be like at night. I'm leaning towards it being in a cave. And then, yeah, we have the. Yeah, so this is the montage of dinosaurs rubbing faces or like being affectionate towards each other. We had a montage of them fighting each other, and now this is the affectionate showing affection montage. Lucititan Legends Unearthed. Okay, we got what could be with some having the comb and some not. This could be like sexual dimorphism, where like the males have the comb and the females don't. That like there's a lot of stuff in here that folks involved with the series have said is going to be based on stuff that hasn't been published yet. So like this could be based on this could be based on something we're about to get in the near future, or it could just be speculation. Either way, it seems fine to me. Like chickens have that, where the males have the roosters have the combs and the hens don't. So it seems reasonable to me. And then we got a close up in the eye. I is not really enough detail for me to say exactly what dinosaur that is. Utah rat. Ooh, yeah. Let's get a frame by frame of that. And yep, it got absolutely beamed by that Gastonia. Two Spinosaurs fighting. One of them is dropping. I'm guessing it's an Onchopriestus. It looks like it has um the saw on it, the rostrum. And then ooh, that's a colorful frill, which of what's probably the Triceratops fighting a T Rex, I'm sure. Get a better look at the Onchopriestus, and yeah, like that's the best Onchopriestus on I've ever seen in any paleo media like this. At least, Tyler Greenfield will be very proud. Spinosaur grabbing it from below. I do wonder whether that's going to be the same Spinosaur that we just saw drop the Onchopriestus later. We'll have to see. Oh yeah, and this is the little clip we saw the day before. The T Rex. Okay, it cuts out before we really see it grab the Asdarkid, and then it just fades out to the end screen. So that's all we have. So that's all we've seen so far for the new Walking with Dinosaurs series. I'm There are a few things I'm a bit disappointed about. The animation does look a bit lacking, and I don't want to harp on the CG too much. Once again, I think Prehistoric Planet has kind of spoiled us a bit, but it Prehistoric Planet is definitely leagues ahead of this. Obviously, the original wasn't wasn't particularly the best when it came to CGI, and that the CGI from that series has definitely aged in some areas. So, and like I'm open minded. I don't think the any shortcomings from the CG or the animation will negatively affect the series. I do think once again that this has very big shoes to fill. I am a bit disappointed that they don't seem to have like included a release date, or even like have any audio from, like, this would have been, I think, a fairly decent opportunity to reveal who's narrating this series, because we still don't know that. Will Kenneth Branagh return? I imagine not, which is definitely going to disappoint a lot of people, including me. But like, I'm kind of expecting that at this point. We're probably there's probably not going to be certain walking with like trademarks here. We're probably not getting Kenneth Branagh back. We're probably I think it's confirmed Benjamin Bartlett's not doing the soundtrack. I could be wrong about that. Obviously, like, the aesthetic is different because science has moved on, and the few returning dinosaurs they're updating the designs to be more accurate. So like, I have high hopes for this. I Despite the few things people have problems with, I feel like this is going to be a good one. At the very least, it's going to be better than some of the non prehistoric planet documentaries you've gotten recently, like Dinosaur with Stephen Fry. It'll probably be better than Life on Our Planet at least. And yeah, I think that's about all I have to say about it at this current moment. Be sure to let Be sure to tell me your thoughts in the comments below, and this is Paleo Nerd signing out.